The radio on the river Maria Esquivel liked her patrols quiet. Midnight shifts along the San Antonio River Walk were usually that way, tourists gone, restaurants dark, only the shuffle of raccoons in trash bins and the whisper of the river. She carried a radio that almost never crackled. The job was to walk, observe, make sure drunk stragglers didn't tumble into the water, but one Thursday night, her radio spoke when it shouldn't have. Not static, not dispatch. A voice? A man's, calm, steady. Floodgate 2 is open. Maria froze under the Navarro Street Bridge. The official flood channel hadn't been mentioned in years. It was sealed after the city's last major reconstruction. She raised the radio to her ear. "Repeat?" she asked instinctively. No response, just the low hiss of static. She shook her head, kept walking. Old equipment sometimes picked up stray signals. Nothing new, but 10 minutes later, "Floodgate 2 is open, water is rising." Her heart pounded. She keyed the mic. "Who is this?" "Identify." Static. By the time she reached the next checkpoint, the river looked higher. The stone steps along the edge were slick, water lapping one step higher than usual. Maria frowned. She called dispatch. They laughed it off. "Ma'am, flood season's long gone, river's fine, probably the rain upstream. Go home when your shift's done." But Maria couldn't shake the voice. Over the next week it returned, always after 2 a.m., always calm. "Floodgate 2 is open, water is rising," sometimes other messages. "Gate 3 jammed, pressure critical." The more she listened, the more the words felt like warnings. She told her supervisor, Officer Delgado, he told her to stop spooking herself. "Those channels aren't active, ghost frequencies. You've been working nights too long." But Maria wasn't wrong. She started measuring the river with chalk marks on stone. Each night the water crept higher, inch by inch. No rain, no storms, just a slow, steady rise. Then came the night she heard not a man, but a child's voice. "If you don't open the gate, we drown." Maria stumbled, almost dropping the radio. "Who are you?" she whispered. Static. The next day she dug through city records. At the public library, she found an old map of the river walk system, hand-drawn, annotated. The floodgates were real, 4 of them, built in the 1930s, designed to channel excess water underground. 3 were dismantled decades ago. 1, Gate 2, was sealed in concrete, or so the city claimed. That night, she returned to the Navarro Bridge. The voice came again, urgent now. "Gate 2 is open, water is rising." Maria leaned over the railing. The current below pulled stronger than she had ever seen. A shadow of concrete and steel gleamed beneath the surface, like a door half cracked. She filed reports. No one listened. Her supervisor threatened to reassign her. But then, one morning after her shift, Maria found a letter shoved under her apartment door. No return address. Inside, a photocopy of a city engineering report stamped in red. "Unauthorized modification gate 2, scribbled in pen. They opened it for development. Don't let them bury it." Maria realized what the radio was. Not interference, but someone transmitting on a forgotten frequency, exposing the cover-up. The city had unsealed the gate to quietly divert water for a luxury construction project upriver. And if the pressure built too high, the river walk would flood tourists, shops, homes drowned. She tried to take the evidence to the press. The first reporter laughed. The second agreed to meet but never showed up. Her calls went unanswered. The voice grew more desperate. "If you don't close it, you drown too." On her last night shift, Maria strapped on a flashlight and walked down the maintenance stairwell under Navarro Street. The air smelled of mildew and rust. At the bottom, half submerged, she found it. Gate 2, massive and corroded, water roaring through the cracks. And there on the wall, a radio unit bolted in place, speaker crackling with static. Maria lifted the mic. "Tell me what to do." The child's voice came through, distorted but clear. "Turn the wheel. Don't stop, no matter what you hear." The valve beside the gate was rusted stiff. She gripped it, heaved with all her weight. The radio howled with screams, men, women, children voices rising like a flood itself. She almost let go, but clenched harder, muscles straining, until at last the wheel spun. The gate slammed shut, the water stilled, the screams faded. When she climbed back to the surface, dawn was breaking. The river lay calm, ducks bobbing in the pale light, tourists already gathering for their morning strolls. No one knew how close they had come. Maria's radio never spoke again. But she kept it clipped to her belt, always on, always listening. And when the wind passed under Navarro Street, sometimes she swore she still heard a child's whisper, Thank you.